Robin, now the video's upside down.
Auntie Ava, just do what I showed you before. Turn the portrait orientation lock off.
Oh,
It's a virtual date. You don't need PPE.
oh, oh, okay. I'm just worried I could be a super spreader. Oh, oh, I didn't know you was already there. Oh, hi there, Mr. Chatton. Tom.
Thomas. I prefer Thomas.
Well, Thomas, it's 6:45 p.m. on the dot. You're very prompt. That's a good trait, right? My sister Conchetta, reposing in Pache, always claimed it was. All my life she hounded me about my tardiness. Ava, when you're not dilly-dallying, you log your gagging. Speaking of my dearly departed big sister, that music you're playing makes me feel like I'm in Maloney's funeral parlor viewing an open casket.
It's Allegretto from Beethoven's Seventh. Richard Wagner felt this symphony was the apotheosis of dance.
Well, Ava Lucello thinks it sounds like something the priest is going to play when he's giving me last rites.
I thought we could use a little mood music.
In the mood for the morgue, then that burial hymn hits a home run. To set the right tone for a first date? Not so much.
Uh, your listening profile said you love listening to good music.
Oh, my niece Robin wrote that up. I'm not too good with computers. But yes, she's right though. I like good music. I like the voice.
The what?
The Voice, a reality TV show, a singing competition. It's got Blake Shelton on it. I really like him. Oh, you seemed very relaxed. I guess you've done this kind of thing before.
Virtual dating? Oh, I don't think anyone in the history of humankind has done this kind of thing before. My son, the self anointed matchmaker, he signed me up on the Forever Young dating site. He says to find love in the time of Corona, you've got to think outside the lockdown.
So, what made you tap the match button on me?
Oh, you have the same first name as my wife.
You still married? And your profile said you was widowed. I don't remember you mentioning nothing about your wife making a miraculous resurrection from the grave.
No, 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 no. She didn't do that. Ava's still dead. I mean, she died. My wife, uh, 5 years ago, breast cancer.
Oh, please accept my sincerest condolences to you and your family.
Thank you. And how about you? What made you want to match up with me?
Oh, well, I thought you had in your picture very kind eyes.
Uh, your profile says you're into cooking.
Oh, I don't know if I'm into cooking. I cook, the basic stuff meat and potatoes, pasta and sauce. Your profile said you enjoy gourmet dining and travel.
Oh yes, Ava and I, my Ava, we traveled around the world dining in some of the finest restaurants. Osteria Francescana in Italy, the Artsac in Spain, and even the Chateaubriand in France. According to your profile, you like to travel as well.
Oh, I do. Last year, me and Robin took the Greyhound to Atlantic City. We stayed 3 days and 2 nights at the Tropicana. And the year before that, we spent a few days at Disney World.
Uh, your profile also mentioned that you enjoy the theater. I was over the moon to have secured tickets to the cherry orchard at the New York City Center, but it canceled. You know, COVID-19 strikes again.
In March, right before the whole world slammed shut, me and my niece drove over to Miller Place High School to see Mamma Mia. The whole audience was singing along with the kids. It was great. So when you're near me, darling, can you hear me? SOS.
Your profile said you were single?
It sounded better than spinster. That's what my sister always called me, but I kept telling her that's not a politically correct thing to say no more. But on her deathbed, the last thing she said to me was, Adios, spinster.
Do you have any children?
I just told you I was never married.
That doesn't mean you couldn't have children.
Oh, in my world, it does. I was raised in a very strict Italian Catholic household. You know, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Ava with the baby carriage.
But I take it that you're close with your niece, Robin?
That goes without saying. She's like my own daughter. She lives upstairs in my mother's old apartment. She's a good girl.
How old is she?
33. Her birthday was yesterday. Robin's single, but that's not seen as a bad thing no more. I felt bad for her being stuck in a foxhole with me on her birthday. So I called up Uber Eats and got takeout from Applebee's, and the two of us made the best of it. It's been really hard for her. You know, her shop isn't deemed an essential service, so she can't even make a living right now.
What does she do?
Oh, hair. She's a beautician. She's a very good one, let me tell you. I'm lucky to be in lockdown with her. My friends are all complaining about the sorry state of their hair right now.
I guess being bald has its upside.
Robin insists upon doing my hair every week, just like always.
Your hair looks very nice.
Thank you. I'll tell her. Well, this has been
Uh, the new normal.
Tom. I mean Thomas. Oh, take a look, see over there, by your bay window. There's a cardinal. As kids, we was always told when you spot a cardinal, it's a sign from your loved ones on the other side.
Yeah, I don't really believe in any of that psychic hocus pocus, but my grandson does. Every time he sees a cardinal, he shouts, "It's Grandma Ava coming by to say hi."
Oh, I guess sometimes it's kind of nice to think that maybe they're still around. Well, I know I'm not what you expected. I'm boring. There's not much to me. What you see is what you get. Whereas you, now you've been around the world. You listen to Beethoven, not because you have to, but because you want to. You've dined like a king, had a wife and a family. The most exciting thing that ever happened to me was back in 1984 when I won $500 in a scratch off. So I just want you to know this has been fun for me, but like I said, I'm boring.
That is the one word I wouldn't use to describe you. We're two consenting adults, right? And we're both in agreement that this has been fun. Then maybe we should shoot for a second date.
Really?
Your profile said you're from South Huntington. I don't live too far from you, Lloyd Harbor. Tomorrow, I could be the designated drive-by food guy and swing by your house at 6:15 p.m. sharp, drop off dinner, say a quick in-person hello, all gloved and masked up, just in case you're a super spreader. And to be doubly safe, we'll social distance.
Like I always say, better 6 feet apart than 6 feet under.
After I drop off your food, I'll head home and join you for a virtual dinner. I just need your address.
Oh, I don't know about that. I barely know you.
Auntie Ava, the man is bringing you food. He's not Hannibal the cannibal. Tell him you'll message him your address later.
Sorry about that interruption. Robin insisted on chaperoning. It seems her best friend Ashley had a virtual date that didn't turn out so hot.
The guy was sitting there with no pants on with the camera angled down.
I told her it should only happen to me.
You should have put that in your profile. Clothes optional. You would have gotten a lot of likes. Now, Ms. Lucello, what kind of food would you like me to bring?
Oh, me? I'm not fussy. Growing up, we had two choices in the Lucello's La Cucina. Take it or leave it, or like it or lump it. My pops was famous through Staten Island for screaming on the top of his lungs every supper time like clockwork. Johnny boy, you want to be eaten or you want to beaten? Being Johnny Boy's little sister and watching him take all those whippings, I was so scared sitting at the supper table. I swear, if my mother served shit on a shingle, I would have swallowed it. So if you're treating, I'm eating.
I'll bring plenty for Robin, too.
Thank you, Thomas. Just remember, I don't eat mushrooms or anything with eyes.
Uh, it's a date then. Tomorrow evening at 6:45 p.m. on the dot, we'll dine separately but together.
Is this going to be another 10-minute Zoom speed date? Because if I shovel food down that fast, I'm going to wind up with a wicked case of agita.
No, 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 no. It's going to be a real virtual date. Light some candles, break open a bottle of wine, and pick a playlist from The Voice.
In that case, I'll break out my mother's good china and her mother's good silver. What am I saving them for?
Me? I thought you said you were saving them for me?
I'll put on my white tie and tails, and I don't want your dinner getting cold. So whatever you do, Ava, try not to lollygag.
Okay, Thomas, but don't hold it against me if I dilly-dally. It's my nature. Ciao for now, Bello.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.